guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are doing a video on Dessie. Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Here we go with another episode, and this time I wasn't gonna do a episode on this, but once I started taking things off, yes, just like that, I started fixing stuff and I saw way too many things wrong, so here we are making a video. Came in for a carbon seal, just regular maintenance. This is what I tell people. This is good friend of mine, Al. And Al knows a little bit about maintenance, and he loves to do maintenance. He has a lot of hours in this 21 RXT already. I think like 200 hours. We are putting a new carbon seal, OEM of course, and a new drive shaft. And then I told him, okay, since we're doing that, why don't I just check the jet pump for you and see if it needs to be rebuilt, or we can catch it right before it needs to rebuild. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the prop off and we're gonna inspect the seals on the front. If the seals on the front look a little funky, or when I take the back cone off the jet pump, there's water, then obviously we need to do something. So there is steps. If you get this process at the right time, that you don't wait until your jet ski doesn't go, or until it makes funny noises like and it won't go, then you're screwed. But on this case, the pump spins nice. There's no noises or nothing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the cone. Like I said, we're gonna check if there's water, definitely rebuilding it. If there is no water, we're gonna take the prop off and visually look at the seals on the front. And probably take it apart, replace the seals on the front, use the same bearing, which right there you're saving money. And there you go, you got another 2 to 3 years left of the life of the pump. Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Right now, the reason why I'm doing the video is, well, besides I already started working on the pump on the back, everything was terribly tight. One of those. Making those noises. My editor loves when I make noises. Anyway, took off the filter. This is what he got. He has a car filter, which I seen this a lot, and look at all the rust inside. I don't know if you can see the rust, but oh yeah, look at right there. And when you focus over here on the supercharger, look all the rust. Look at that. Ha! Put my finger in there. Look at that. Nice. Well, not nice. It looks like the filter is new. Maybe the other filter that was there completely disintegrated and he changed it to a new one. I don't know. It's one of those situations. Did the egg came first or the chicken came first? Is it the egg or the chicken, Coco? Yes. Which one came first, the egg or the chicken? Or the chicken or the egg?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. Ha! All right, well, let's see what else we find. Oh, well, wait, before we go on. Look at the carbon seal. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's one of those crusty ones. This is gonna be fun. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Well, let's keep going and see what else we're gonna find.
Let's not go to the cooler.
Coco, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if it made it all the way over here.
Let's find out.
Oh, let's find out. A little bit, but it's all in the intercooler.
Yeah.
What do we have? Factory intercooler?
Factory.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I wonder if the factory intercooler is leaking.
2021? Maybe.
Yeah. Well, we just have to see. the evidence. This one here, this clamp is. Oh, look at, man, I cannot make this up. Look at this. Wow, you cannot make this up. I was just gonna say, it looks like this clamp is ready to break. And look at this. And this is why people say, oh, Sea-Doo sink. No, it sinks because of maintenance, lack of maintenance, guys. Yes, the Yamaha might have a better, maybe a slightly better clamp, but Yamahas are ugly. I'm sorry. You can kill me in the comments. What do you guys like? A Sea-Doo or a Yamaha? I don't know. They're ugly. And well, since I already put my foot in my mouth, riding a Yamaha is like riding a cow.
What?
or a horse. You're like this, with your legs like this.
No.
Yes.
No.
Well, as you guys suspect, I'm a Sea-Doo guy. This lack of maintenance, yes. If you have a Yamaha, you're probably not gonna have something like this.
Why?
Because it's a Yamaha. Anyway, took out that, and this is what we got. The paint, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Let's take a look at the supercharger. Like I say, if you want to comment, let's start the war. Which one is better, Yamaha or Sea-Doo?
Well, I can already tell you the Yamaha factory clamps are better than this shit.
There you go. Yes, here's the supercharger. Like I say, got rust everywhere, but it's nice. Look at that. And then we wiggle it up and down. Yeah, it got play. You hear it. And then side to side too. So not only has play like this, but it has play like that.
Yeah.
It has the arrows. He got, I think, somewhere in 200 arrows. So yes, it's time to rebuild the supercharger. All right, let's tell him and see what he wants to do. All right.
Nothing's gonna come out.
Oh, look at all the water coming out. Oh, isn't that nice? Salt water. You want to taste it?
No.
Oh, what do you mean? I do that all the time. Look, you got like this, like. It's salt water. You want to do it?
Nope.
Come on, can I break you in?
Not happening.
It's salt water. It tastes a little rusty.
Alright, what else? Let's go.
All right, took out the carbon seal. Look at this baby. Oh yeah, this seen better days. What's expected? Look at the dry shaft. Isn't that nice? Woohoo! So definitely this carbon seal was leaking. Might not be a big leak, but it's enough to have salt water inside of the jet ski all the time. And that's why you gotta do your maintenance, and that is why those clamps are rusty. See, I have a good theory why Yamaha clamps don't rust, because
What?
they don't have a carbon seal.
They don't have a carbon seal.
I know they have a...
Listen.
But water doesn't get in.
It does, because literally a brand new Yamaha, after a couple of months, even without a couple of months of use, the transom seal leaks from the factory. So I get all of these skis that are brand new, and I have to reseal the transom on. So
what are you trying to say? The Sea-Doo clamps are...
shitty.
I
Yamaha clamps are better.
Kind of agree with that.
Probably the entire ski is better.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't know about that.
point is that they both get water
Yes.
inside, and
Okay.
that's why they both get the rusty
Alright,
clamps.
so-
But the Yamaha clamps last long.
All right, so there could be a little possibility that the clamps are a little better on Yamaha. All right, moving on. All right, we popped this off. There's no evidence on water, but if we look at the grease, you see the grease? It's not completely red. So there's definitely... Oh, I just saw a drop. There it is. See? There's my drop of water. Should we taste? Nah. Should we taste that one?
No.
Let's see if it... It's
You might
probably...
put your tongue in there.
Nah. It's probably salt water.
Have you ever tasted the grease?
No.
No.
What? Have you? Yeah. What does it taste like?
I mean,
It tastes like grease?
like grease. Yeah.
It doesn't taste like steak?
No.
Oh, grease,
Nope.
greasy steak? No? Oh. All right, let's keep going. All right, so looks good here. What we're gonna do now is gonna turn it around. We're gonna put it in the vise, take out the prop, and visually see the seal. See what we got. The wearing looks terrible, but the gap right here is perfect. So me, if it was my ski, I wouldn't change it. Yes, it looks terrible, but you know, it's not bad. Now we're gonna take a look at this, and look, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You see all the rust right there? That means that front seal is bad already. And I bet you this shaft is bad already. So what do we do now? This is the problem with this. The shaft needs to be replaced, because that front seal, I know the shaft is gonna be bad right where the seal for seals, it's gonna be rusty. We put new seals, it's not gonna do anything. That's a problem. We have to call out and tell him the situation. Either he can ride it like this, or we can rebuild the whole thing. The only thing I think we can save in here is probably the bearing, and we gotta see what he wants to do. Let's call out and see what he wants to do. All right. Took to Al and I'll say, take care of the pump. So we're gonna do that, put everything brand new. Now, the supercharger, obviously, he wasn't counting all this stuff, and he's kind of on a budget, like we all are. And I told him, I said, you need to address the supercharger at some point. You can have 2 or 3 runs for, you know, it's fine, save your money, and just deal with this. Right now, it feels good, but it has a little bit of play back and forth. It needs to be addressed. I wouldn't put another 50 hours on this thing or 30 hours. I just wouldn't feel comfortable putting more hours on the supercharger, because if it blows up, you're gonna have issues. Way more than if you just replace a supercharger right now. It's gonna cost you a lot. Motor needs to come out and all that. That's a little tip so you don't waste your money. All right, took the pump off, and let me tell you something. This is one of those moments where I'm proud of making this kind of decision, because come on guys, I only work on Sea-Doos. I know my Sea-Doos. And this is what we got. This is the Sea-Doo right here. And as you can see, they're not very healthy. And definitely water was getting in there. Here is the shaft. And this is what I was talking about. You see all that? There's no way you can pop a seal on this. No, it's ruined. It's not gonna seal. The only one working was the one on the bottom. So you had already, this one was not doing nothing. This one was not doing nothing. And this one was the only one seating a little bit. And you can see water in there. Look at that. Now, as far as the bearing goes, yes, the bearing felt like it was good, but if we get a closer look, this is the grease on the back is red. That's the way it's supposed to be. But if you look on the front, it's black. That means water was getting in. So that means that these bearings, there's ball bearings here on the front and on the back. These are good, these are bad. Now, why would we leave that? Even though it feels good? No, it's bad. So the whole thing needs to be trash. All those seals, the bearing, the shaft, everything is gone. Done. Now, as far as the housing goes, we got it on time. And this is where I tell all you guys, you gotta do your maintenance. If you ride on salt water, there's maintenance you gotta do every 2 to 3 years. That's it. You keep going, you're gonna sink. And a lot of the stuff is the jet pump, intercooler, motor mounts, if you jump out of the way, which I don't recommend it with a Sea-Doo because they love to crack. And also the cracking, if you use your brake a lot, the hull cracks. And that's something for another video. But anyway, don't want to confuse you guys, because I go in places where I shouldn't go, because I confuse you guys. And then you guys don't know where I'm at. Anyway. All right, we're talking about the pump. Now, why is it important that we got this on time? Because if you keep going, salt water not only gets in here, but it starts getting on the back of the seal. And then you get the housing messed up. And as you guys can see, this housing is perfect. It started to get a little water in here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there, you can see a little stain. And we got it right on time. Oh, I heard Brian. All right, back to business. And so this housing right now is perfect. Got it on time. We're gonna replace. I talked to him about the wearing and he said, take it off, put a new one. All right, so that's easy. All that pump is done. We're gonna put it back together. No need to film that. Now, there's another issue. We have the original drive shaft. We got the new drive shaft. Well, where the clip goes, old one is right here, new one is here. That's half an inch of difference. That's a problem. They're both the same length.
It's more than a half inch.
Yeah, a good half an inch.
That's like 3/4.
Maybe 3/4. But now we have to look at the whole thing. Maybe they did change some stuff. If we look at the ring, they're both the same, exactly the same. So this is not gonna work.
It's not good.
We look at this here. Let's do it the right way. We're gonna put this one here, and then we're gonna turn it around like this. And now we're gonna put this one in here. We turn it around. And if we do this right there, we see our half an inch right there. So I'm suspecting that they knew this, and this is why they did it. Not a fan, but this is what the factory says. And you know what? This time I'm not gonna play around figuring it out. We're gonna put it just like that, and let's see how much tension, because I can tell you, if there is no tension and you can barely, if with your fingers you can put them apart, that's not good. If it has enough tension, then we're good. Let's put it together. I'm gonna show you guys what happened. I'm gonna show you guys if this actually works. All right, let's get to work. All right. Talked to Al. He told me he wasn't gonna do the supercharger, but then he called me back and said, you know what? You're already there. What's a little bit more money? Let's go ahead and rebuild the whole supercharger. So that's what I'm doing. Got my parts, my OEM parts, came in this little package. Everything that I need is right here. And we're gonna rebuild this baby. Now, another thing, here's one for the book. Here's one so you don't waste your money and your time. If we look at this jet ski, and we can obviously see oil. There's oil everywhere. See? Oil on the bottom. It looks very ugly. All right, why? Well, this seal here, right there, the bellow, they love to leak. And all you have to do is put your hand like this and go under it and go like that. You see how there's oil right there? Well, that's probably where the oil is coming from. Hello. Now, this is the issue. Well, it's not an issue. There's two ways why it leaks. Because it's old and it leaks through the actual bearing. Sometimes it leaks because it has two oil rings where the drive shaft goes through it and they get hard and kind of flatten and it leaks through there too. And the other thing that could be is this. Check this out. This is where the clamp is. And if we go like this, look where this is at. Ha! All right. Well, it's not doing nothing. Now, obviously, it's not going to come out this way because the drive shaft has a stop right here. So it cannot come this way. But you see where the clamp is? That clamp is not doing nothing there. Absolutely nothing. See? And this is why what I'm assuming is leaking through here because of that. So it's not complicated, but it has its little tricks. You just not just going to push it back and put a new clamp and that's it. Because you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen is you push it back, you put a new clamp, and it's going to go like this. And push it back out.
I can't say that. Yeah, you're going to push. Push it real good.
You got to take it out. You got to clean it with brake cleaner. Really, really, really good. And then you got to put it back on and put the new clamp on. So it doesn't do this. And push it back. Let's not do that. All right, there you go. Little tips so you don't waste your money. And let's keep going. See what else we find. Let's fix that, get that going. Then we're gonna rebuild the supercharger, put it in, and we'll be done with this project.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, we are done. We are done with the ski. End up rebuilding the charger and putting everything he wanted. I do have to address to him a few things that I see wrong. I prefer a catch can since these motors, Sea-Doo and their nickel seal on the block and whatever it's called, it's a mess. They rust, they leak. So Sea-Doos have a lot of blow by and that's the way it is. It's acceptable. But the problem is they also spit out a little bit of oil. And the motor's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't get scared. If your motor spills out a little bit of oil, that's the way they are. I prefer a catch can to catch all the oil. If not, then you're gonna get oil like that. You see how he has oil on top of this? It's because it just comes out of this filter. So that's one thing. The other thing is the intercooler, it's original. 21. And let me tell you, it looks pretty bad. If you look at it, see if you guys can see it. Look at that. Ha! It's not the prettiest intercooler. It might be bad, but who knows for how long? That is the question. Do you want to gamble? And that's exactly what I'm going to tell him. You want to gamble putting water inside your motor, and then once the water go past the intercooler, it's going to go in your throttle body. This one here. Gotta say that twice. Throttle body. I don't know. That's one of those words that I have a lot of fun, and my editor has fun with me. this guy goes bad, and then it's gonna cost you even more money than just replacing an intercooler, because we know those intercoolers here in South Florida, they only last about 3 years. So it's time to take that guy off, and then you avoid other issues. And then the water go past this, it ruins this, it goes into the motor, and then the motors are not, the nickel is not that great. Well, those are choices that Al needs to make. I hope you guys enjoy the channel. You want to be in the... And guess what? Here's Al. That's a smiley face from a guy owning a Sea-Doo.
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Glad to see you. We got a lot to talk about.
Oh.
Of course, you guys know what I'm going to talk to him about. You guys are ahead of me. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and go on Calas Performance for all your go fast parts. You won't be disappointed. And that's it. I'll see you guys on the next episode.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Oh yeah, not so fast. I knew there was something wrong with that drive shaft. Cuco told me. Cuco, there's something wrong with that drive shaft. But you know what? We put it on anyway because that's what the client brought me, and I say, okay, since Sea-Doo is always changing their mind with all the stuff and superseding things, I say, maybe I shouldn't question it. I was wrong. Well, it's back. I got Cook already working on the back. This is the issue. He brought us the right, well, let me begin from the beginning. Al took the ski, and the ski started taking water in. He did not sink, but it was taking water in. And he's like, there's something wrong here. He called me, and I said, well, the only thing I can think of is the drive shaft, that I knew there was something wrong with it. And so I knew there was something wrong with it. He kicked me on the rear end by not questioning things. Anyway, here we got the new drive shaft next to that old drive shaft, and it's right in the money. Right in the money. That's where it's supposed to be. Now, what we find out is he ordered the right drive shaft, but at the dealer, the parts guy grabbed the wrong drive shaft. And he did not check the number. You know, we trust people. Which, you know, the guy thought he was grabbing the right part, but he wasn't. And that's what happened. 21 is a split ear. There's this drive shaft, and of course, 22 and up, it has the older drive shaft because of they change the input thing on this guy. They changed the length on this, and it changes everything in 22 and up. But the split ear came on 21. You could get both in 21, according to the computer. I've never seen a 21 like that, but if they say it is, well, then it is. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the drive shaft, put the right drive shaft on, and then we go from there. All right, here we go. Original drive shaft that we installed already that was leaking water, and this is the one we need. As you can see, they're all the same length. This is where your carbon clip goes. This is where the clip goes, right here. This one is exactly like the old one. And then the one we installed is all the way over here. Wrong drive shaft. We got the right drive shaft. Let's put it on and see what we got. All right, got the new drive shaft in. And, oh yeah, now it's tight. Now, look at this. I can't even pull it back. All right, well, it's one of those things, if it doesn't feel right and you think it's wrong, it's probably wrong. When you think you know everything, you don't know nothing. All right, now it's good. Let's keep going. All right, Al, let's, obviously you guys know what happened. I was gonna go for the second time to test the jet ski.
Yep, definitely.
Hopefully this time you stay above the water.
Well, I was above the water. I made it back to the ramp, but just barely. But yeah, I got 100% confidence because I know what the issue was.
This is a crazy thing. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't my fault. It's just the guy, the parts corner, just grabbed the wrong drive shaft from the wrong spot.
Yeah.
And we didn't check the number.
Yep.
Which we don't have to. I never had that
Yeah,
issue.
me either.
But hey, there's
First
always
time.
a first time, right?
That's right. There's always a first time.
Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'm gonna do more rides with this guy. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Talk to him about the carbon seat, about... Oye, espérate, cojones, que estoy haciendo un video.